Welcome to Previously On, a podcast series created to help you through some of the most complex yet brilliant television ever made. Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 5, The Wolf and the Lion. We begin with poor dead Sir Hugh, killed by the Mountain in the Hand's tourney. Ned suspects the tournament was rigged and persuades Robert not to fight in the tournament. Sansa is given a rose by the Knight of the Flowers, Sir Loras Tyrell, who unseats the Mountain during their joust. In a fury, the Mountain beheads his horse and attacks Loras. The Hound steps in to defend him before King Robert calls the fighting off. Elsewhere in Westeros, Catelyn Stark and her men are headed to the Eyrie, a mountaintop castle home to her sister Lysa Arryn. Tyrion, now her prisoner, warns Catelyn that Lysa has grown mad in the 5 years since she last saw her. The party is attacked by a hill tribe. Tyrion convinces the soldiers to untie him, and he fights alongside the other men, saving Catelyn's life. In King's Landing, Varys tells Ned that Jon Arryn was killed with the Tears of Lys, a clear and tasteless poison that leaves no trace. The pair conclude that Sir Hugh poisoned Arryn, but on whose behalf remains unclear. Varys claims to be a man of honour, but all may not be as it seems. While chasing cats in the dungeons for a water dance training, Arya overhears Varys talking with Illyrio, the merchant who sheltered Daenerys and Viserys in Pentos. He tells him that Viserys insists a war will break out between the Starks and the Lannisters once Ned discovers the truth that Jon Arryn was searching for. This discovery could result in Ned's death, and the conflict will give Khal Drogo the chance to invade. The two men leave the dungeons, unknowingly trapping Arya inside. Arya escapes the dungeons through a tunnel that takes her outside King's Landing to Blackwater Bay. Ned reprimands Arya for wandering off, and Arya attempts to warn him that two men were conspiring to kill him, but they're interrupted by the news that Catelyn has taken Tyrion prisoner. Catelyn is greeted at the Eyrie by her sister Lysa as she breastfeeds her 10-year-old Robin. Yeah, quite creepy. After berating Catelyn for bringing a Lannister into her home, Lysa locks Tyrion in a sky cell, which is a freezing dungeon with a sloped floor and an open wall facing the valley below. Ned is summoned to a small council meeting where it's revealed, thanks to information passed on from Jorah Mormont, that Daenerys is pregnant. Ned urges Robert not to assassinate Daenerys and her child, as it would make them no better than the Mad King, but Robert refuses to listen, and in protest, Ned resigns as Hand of the King. After Robert's outburst, his brother Renly discusses the king's failings with Loras Tyrell, who is revealed to also be his lover. Loras suggests that Renly should be king instead of Robert. Acting on behalf of her father, Cersei condemns her husband for letting Ned leave and for seeing Daenerys as a threat. Robert, who's itching for a fight, says that if the Dothraki do invade, they'll win. They discuss Lyanna Stark, Ned's sister and Robert's true love, who died during Robert's rebellion. Cersei says that she was once in love with Robert, but he can't return the compliment. Before Ned leaves, Littlefinger takes him to meet the mother of one of Robert's bastards, a prostitute who is one of the last people Jon Arryn visited before he died. After leaving the brothel, Ned is confronted by Jaime Lannister, who has learned of Tyrion's arrest and orders his men to take Ned prisoner, resulting in a fight. They're pretty equal, but an overeager Lannister soldier stabs Ned in the leg, ending the fight. Jaime leaves with his men, but not before warning Ned that he wants his brother released. Heavily injured, Ned collapses. Thanks for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you subscribed. We've got loads more shows where this came from, and we'd love you to join us for them. If you know someone who needs to get up to speed with Thrones, just send them our way. A 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts from would also be absolutely fantastic. If you've got any feedback, have I pronounced the name wrong? I hope I haven't. Or ideas for a show that we should be covering? We'll almost certainly be doing the big ones, but you never know. There may be others that we've missed. Let us know. I'd love to hear from you over on Twitter. You can find us at Previous Podcast, or just email us hello@previouslyon.co.uk. Previously On is presented by Jamie East and is a Daft Doris production.